Rolling through for part 2. How's everybody doing on this Thursday afternoon?
Yeah.
Morning?
Friday morning?
Evening?
What time do you post the videos?
Who knows? Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2. I should know if anybody does. Right?
Afternoon.
Like how I followed that up. Good save.
Nice. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my god, it was the funniest article I've ever read in my entire life.
I watched a couple of compilation videos on YouTube. I've got it all figured out.
You're listening to the No Big Banana Podcast.
Welcome back to the No Big Banana Podcast. My name is Charles.
My name is Justin.
I'm Jay. I'm still here.
And Jay's with us still to talk more about Wicked Pacts.
Which we
and
are.
Just D&D in general, or, you know, wherever things go.
We are going to be running Wicked Pacts on August 22nd at 8 p.m.
That's a Saturday,
Oh,
yes.
shit.
8 p.m. Eastern.
And I don't know if we announced this on
Fucking
the first
going
one,
down.
but as long as it matches up with his schedule, Justin is going to be the normal not D&D person who is on that campaign with us.
Oh,
How about
really?
it?
Oh
he
yeah,
just
before you
offered it, and I was
before
like,
you were
okay.
out here, I was like, "So are you playing with us? It's a noir game about angels and demons." And he was like, "Yeah."
I had a feeling.
Oh, fuck
well,
yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I was actually.
Oh,
I was
sure.
gonna. I was gonna
Oh, yeah,
ask
yeah.
you. I was gonna ask
Whatever.
you tonight.
Yeah, that's of course.
You can choose to believe me or not.
I don't.
But I was gonna ask you if you wanted to play that or my one in Halloween. But then it occurs to me that there's no
not
reason
both?
that you can't play both.
Yeah, it's like that taco commercial with the soft and the hard shell. Like, why not both?
I'm
And they're
gonna be sitting out of the Halloween campaign because that's the Gestalt Pathfinder one.
You don't want to play that?
I'm not gonna make a character for it, no,
Why?
because I don't want to make a 18th level Gestalt character.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take some time.
Character making is the worst part of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well,
I feel like that's the antithesis to how a lot of people feel about it.
It is. I'm kind of a weird one when it comes
I mean,
to
that's
that.
okay.
It's my least favorite part. I hate making the character.
Well-
Once I have the character, it's my little baby, and I worship it.
Well, Jay's a
when you-
performer. Like he bathes in the RP. He uses the character as like a baseline, but he doesn't really need the character.
Gotcha.
Like if dude, I'm convinced that if you were playing D&D, you could sit Jay down having no character, and
he could
you
still play
wouldn't
the game.
know for like 3 sessions. that he
Like you're in
has, like-
combat.
He doesn't have stats.
He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna flurry of blows.
I played that full campaign when, like, right around when I first met you guys, maybe a year after we all met the Star Wars campaign. Were you on that?
I think I played briefly.
I played a droid. This is when I was still drinking, and we were playing D&D like 5 times a week. It was rough.
life.
We played so much. A
Getting
droid.
sloshed and
I played a
playing D&D.
droid that Justin, director of Mann Shorts, owned. All right, I never made a character sheet because I figured I'll just do whatever Justin tells me to, and since I'm a
Fuck
droid,
it,
if
we'll
I
do
get
it live.
hurt, they'll fix me.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Ethan hated it. I played for like 3 months in that campaign without a character sheet.
Hell yeah.
It ended with our friend Warren getting mad at Justin, breaking me, and then Justin killed Warren. That was a fun campaign.
Sounds about like normal.
Yeah, it was.
We end up killing each other or ourselves. Happens a lot.
It does happen.
Almost exclusively. That's-
But the game we're going to be playing on the 22nd, Wicked Pacts,
yeah, dude.
Wicked.
is a magic-based noir mystery set in the modern day. The campaign I'm going to be
So
running
cool.
is set in Jacksonville, Florida.
Do you want to be buddy characters?
Sure.
Do you want to have like a backstory and like
fuck yeah,
build
dude.
our characters around each other?
About it. We'll do it tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We'll work on it tomorrow.
That'd
I'm
be
about
so
it. Well, because
fun.
like the one thing that like I've always wanted to do and like I've never gotten a chance to is like I've told you about Hank Card Tank, my like horn dog paladin that's like
Yes.
just covered in cum and blood and shit and vomit. He's the like quintessential like the deity is just like but he's like the only one that the deity like has, so she's kind of stuck with him. But he has a brother named Frank Card Tank. They have they're twins. They look completely different. They have different accents. They complete opposites of one another. And I've yet to get a chance to play him and have my friend Alex play Frank. Because Alex was like, well, I want a character that's a hard
Well,
tank.
you know that Hank and Frank Hardtank are going to be in the anime.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh,
The,
they're perfect.
The campaign we're playing on Wednesday nights when Chaz was still playing as Tantor, we kind of ended up being buddy characters just because I've been the straight man through that whole fucking campaign.
Just like straight
Because
legs.
everybody else is acting crazy, so I have to be the one who's like, what's the thing we're supposed to be doing right
It's
now?
hilarious.
Every group needs one of those.
I'm not normally the one.
Yeah, but you turned
mean-
into Ida, like
and
just
by-
guys,
Yeah,
class.
and by
class.
not normally, he means never.
Yeah.
It's been hysterically
It's
entertaining for me because
Chaz has played two completely absent-minded characters who do not care about our mission.
Yeah, he's just into fucking like tarts or whatever.
Olivia is playing a very stereotypical rogue. She's not doing a bad job. She's just edgelord. She hangs out on the side unless she has a question, then she goes back out to the
she's
side.
a ranger.
Or ranger, yeah, but still, she's like, she asks one
there
question,
a
goes away,
difference?
and then does all the damage in all of our encounters. Like, she is DPR for days.
Dude,
Hell
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's really nuts. It's like consistently.
So it's like she's playing D&D and y'all are playing like role playing like Second Life.
Yeah.
dude.
And then Justin's
consistently, it's like Olivia, you're up. 27 to hit, 12 damage. Consistently.
every
Nice.
round.
Nice.
And then
It's really
Justin's
nuts.
just being aggressive at everybody or trying to scheme his way into everything.
He's the most bard barbarian ever.
Yeah, it's great.
And the fact that he's never played a bard is just blows my fucking mind.
We played a Firefly campaign where he played a male companion. It was
Which,
awesome.
by
His
the
name
way,
was
that's
Atlas.
what I would do.
His name was Atlas Gray.
Spoiler alert, I have never watched Firefly.
A companion is like
Spoiler alert, that's just a sad announcement.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks. You should watch Firefly.
I know.
But a companion is like a geisha, essentially, a licensed sex worker, and
Fuck
among
yeah.
other things, they're teachers and masseuses and all kinds of stuff.
Would you have sex with a hooker?
No, I'm married.
Not right now. Not like today.
Oh,
I
you
just-
mean like ever in
just-
any
just
scenario?
theoretically.
In life?
Statistically, probably.
Okay.
I
How about
mean,
you?
yeah.
I would too.
I would hope it would be once they're regulated. But
I like Justin. Justin's probably like, would you? Okay, yeah, I have to.
So would I.
I would too.
I mean, yeah. Not that I have.
Justin played a companion one time
gonna
as
break him
one of the
eventually.
best bards. You're not going to. I'm going to stay on point. He always plays bardic characters, but he never chooses that as his class.
Oh, okay.
Like he's always like, I'm going to go over there and talk to that guy and make sure he does what I
So
want.
he runs the rim of the sink but doesn't go in it.
Yeah.
Also, he acts like he doesn't like. He'll fucking blow a diplomacy and then be like, and I'm like, hey
blows.
man, you know, if you were a bard, you would have like +5 to cha. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. I'm like, why are
not?
you fucking playing fighters and barbarians and playing them like bards?
That sounds about right.
We need to have a real intervention with him about that. I
We
think.
should. So the neat thing about the Polyhedral Knights, that's the company that made Wicked Pacts that Mickey Barfield owns and runs. After I told him we were going to stream their game, he sent me a bunch of stuff because they have a lot of cool games out.
Thanks, Mickey.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mickey. They have a newsletter called The Nightline, KNIGHT, because puns are D&D.
I like that a lot.
Oh, dude, that would be fun to play like a.
It's a newsletter.
It's a newsletter.
I'm fucking signing up for that, bro.
Dude, I would now
Just
that
on
I
the
say
name.
that, I think it would be fun to make a character in this where it's like they're like one of those like nighttime hosts, like Welcome to Night Vale, like.
Oh, you want to be like a radio personality
Yeah,
and I'd
yeah.
be your producer?
Sure,
That'd be really fun.
that'd be dope. Yeah, then you'd be like the charismatic one, and I would just like.
Now, once you guys read a little bit of the lore, you're going to be working for a certain group. You have to have a reason to be agents for these guys. You guys have to be mages, so that's your side job. But you are definitely mages who get hired by the whatchamacallem, Hermetic Order.
Oh, dude, a fucking mage, a hermetic order mage by night, a fucking radio talk show producer by day.
Hell yeah, bro.
I'm feeling it.
Just work for NPR.
I would be like Roz from Frasier.
After we get done with Wicked Pacts, hopefully I'll be streaming other ones. We got Dark Times, which is a superheroes in the future being illegal role-playing game.
Fuck yeah.
Dude.
We
Are you
got
kidding me? That's an awesome premise for a game.
Pathogen Unclassified, which is a apocalypse after a
Dude.
virus, which we won't be playing for a while.
Who
but
the
that
fuck
is a
is this
book.
man?
Yeah.
How do
We're
I
gonna be
become
playing
his
it for
friend?
real soon.
And the one that's the one that they
For real.
just got done with a pirate game that
yeah.
has magic in it. Like all of them
love
have
pirates.
fantasy elements going on.
Pirates
with
are
them.
always fun. Oh my god, dude! I saw a comment today from somebody that suggested Vampire Edition, and I was like, "What the fuck have we been doing?"
Yeah, why haven't we done?
I am currently writing Anime Edition.
Nice.
Oh, anime too. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Oh,
I decided
yeah, it's
this
gonna
is
be really funny.
this is going to be for the people who listen to this podcast and also like the D&D. Lance is going to be the DM for all of the wrestling editions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that has to be the
Yeah,
case.
because for the first one where you were the DM and you threw the suit on, I loved that. But at this point, I basically want those to be like, sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I make the DM go over
Absolutely.
there while I do the thing that I want to do.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
If anybody else does anything like that where it's their thing, I think that would be a good
Absolutely.
flip too. Because the jokes are easier to deliver when Lance is the DM about wrestling because it's the guy who knows wrestling jokes, not the DM who's like, I don't get this stuff.
Yeah.
The thing I
Anyway.
wanted to highlight now, though, because he has a companion book for Steel City, or not for Steel City, for Dark Times called called Steel City. But when he gave us the book, he also gave me a stack of non-player character cards. And these are my new favorite thing in role-playing games.
Yeah, I was looking over them.
Because each of the cards has a character on it, a brief description of the character, and 3 plot seeds that you could use as a DM to introduce storyline beats or the character
you need to do that for Chaos
campaign.
Stars Within.
That's really smart.
You need to do that for Chaos Stars Within.
Let's
Yeah,
find
I
out.
do.
Speaking of, that's not dead.
I know it isn't. It's on the back burner, but it's
I was going to say that this is something you should definitely use for that role-playing. That's what you're talking about,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
role-playing game show that you were doing?
yeah.
I grabbed a random one. Lyle Cross. Alignment good. Despite being a television ghost hunter whose show airs almost exclusively on small networks, and despite his bumbling walk and bizarre mishmash accent, Lyle is actually a competent exorcist. Several supernatural factions have him on a payroll as a consultant. That's just a character you can throw into the world. Underneath, there are 3 separate plot seeds that you could essentially use for a whole night of role-playing. I just picked this one randomly. I don't even know anything about these ones. Lyle is tasked with banishing a particularly old cemetery haunt. He decides to double dip and bolster his show's non-existent ratings with footage of an actual exorcism. The Hermetic Order takes an issue with this.
Ooh.
Oh.
So your whole campaign for that evening would be agents of the Hermetic Order having to go and be like, Lyle,
Dealing
you
with
can't
that shit.
actually put a demonic exorcism on TV. People might find out about magic. Because that's
Right.
what the Hermetic Order does, is they prevent mundane people from finding out about the magic world.
The Muggles don't know.
Exactly.
Oh.
Dude, even this one, I just picked up one. I don't know if it's Heddle or Hetty price.
Hetty.
Specialist in curses, both bestowing and removing. Hetty runs the equivalent of an occult hospital/protection racket. Even the order pays her a monthly fee. They remember all too well what happened last time they tried to stop. Her rates change is one of the things, like one of the plot seeds. She now only accepts payment in artifacts. Local artifact prices triple within the hour of the announcement.
Wow.
So that's like a
just
whole
cool.
socio-economic storyline just boosted off of a character card about some lady. That's like, as someone who
That's
wants
so
to DM
cool,
this,
yeah.
I could run a couple sessions off of just that story.
yeah, it's really smart.
The ones that I have saving pages in the book are the 3 that I pulled that helped me come up with the story that we're going to be doing on the 22nd.
I'm glad I didn't read those cards because I was like,
I read one. I'm glad that when you opened one page and you read one of the bad guys, you read the wrong bad guy, and it
Yeah, I
made
was
me
like-
very happy. You were like, "Ooh, a Wendigo," and I was like,
yeah. Well, because I saw Wendigo and I was like, fuck yeah, that is some X-Files shit.
So I'm hyped,
Dude, that's so cool.
If
Especially
you-
like also like the whole like steampunk future where it's superheroes, but it's like illegal and shit. Like,
I'm not looking at those until after the 22nd.
oh
because
yeah,
I
but like
feel
just
like
this guy knows how to make a cool setting for a campaign.
yeah.
if you look up Wicked Pacts on YouTube, there is a 2-minute pitch video from when they did the Kickstarter, and like a 15-minute booster video.
Everyone
It's
should support this guy.
just
Yeah,
Mickey
dude.
talking to the
This is
camera.
really
But
cool.
it's a very good video.
None of this is paid, but
Yeah, no, I mean the most
Yeah,
paid.
no, not a
the most
sponsor.
paid I've been is I've gotten sent a couple $100 worth of source books, but that's because he's happy we're playing the game on the YouTube channel. He just sent
so
me all the
cool.
games we can play, basically.
yeah,
In
dude.
2033, Prometheus Pharmaceuticals patented the first superhuman. 16 years of intercorporate warfare followed. By the end of it, the human population of all the fractured states, even as fractured states of America, that's boss, had
Yeah.
withdrawn into select overcrowded cities, huddling amidst concrete and the wash of neon while their corporate peddlers remade society in a new image.
Now, since you're digging on the lore for all of this stuff, in
So
Wicked
cool.
Pacts throughout the book, there's essentially like a 45-page mini novel.
Ooh.
That's a detective story about this guy finding the demon drug that I was telling you about.
Yeah, it's called Bliss.
It's called Bliss. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Of course
And
it is. Hell
I
yeah.
think there's one of those in every player's handbook.
Nice.
Like a little mini novel. I have not looked at any of the other books because I don't want to get all my rules mixed up.
Yeah,
I want to
that's a
stick
smart
to
call.
Wicked Pacts until after the 22nd and then start going through all the other stuff.
So cool.
Back to Wicked Pacts, though. Justin said he wanted to play as a janitor, and if he actually plays as a janitor for the Hermetic Order, I'm going to lose my mind. Justin,
that's
man.
You
amazing.
know
I,
he's
Yeah, yeah.
going to.
I know,
That's
it's a
amazing.
great idea, because I feel like anyone who works for the Order. So there's 2 main groups in this, since we're talking about flavor. There's the Hermetic Order, and there is the Syndicate, the Onyx Syndicate.
Oh, the mafia.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the break-off. The Hermetic Order are, if I would have done more research before I came up with your guys' scenario, you would probably be playing as the Syndicate. Because the Hermetic Order is essentially the Ministry of
Respect
Magic.
your betters.
And the Syndicate is like the break-off rebel group who's like, yeah, but you guys won't accept mundane people who know how to do magic, and you don't accept certain things, so we're going to go over here and
it's
do
like
our
in
own thing.
Demon Lord, like the Demon King Academy, where it's like, oh,
Yes.
we're
the royal.
There were a lot of magic users in the world until all the Salem witch trial stuff happened, and in this universe, they just killed off like 90% of the magic people.
Oh, that's so cool.
So then the Hermetic Order has been living in secret since then, and the Onyx Syndicate has just been getting squashed by them until the last 30 years or so.
That's fucking...
Oh,
Yeah, the lore
So
in this
dope.
is dope. There's like
So
novels worth of lore in this.
Oh, yeah.
The most difficult part of this is it's one of the only things that I've ever ran where I can't look up other stuff. I have the
fair,
book and the deck of cards he sent me about Wicked Pacts.
And that's it.
And then I have to use my imagination. I'm like, the Hermetic Order was put together long ago following near extermination of mages at the hands of the mundanes. The Order's stated goal is to keep the peace of the hidden world, preventing supernatural problems from spilling into the public eye. In practice, however, they sometimes behave more like a bureaucracy.
So the Men in Black.
And there are messy political rivalries within the Order that are hundreds of years old. The Hermetic Order is led by a triumvirate. The triumvirate serves over the Senate, who can depose any one of the three with a 2/3 majority vote. When a member of the triumvirate dies, retires, or removed, they are replaced by a member of the Senate. The problem here is I have to make everything up after that about the triumvirate.
Oh, dope.
In D&D, other nerds have done that part and written other books about it.
Right.
Get on it, nerds.
This book's
Buy
only a
this
few
shit.
years old, and even though it should be more popular, these are pretty well-selling books, but they're not nationally known or anything
Yeah.
like that. Like, I've
Yeah,
never
but
heard
I
of
kind
anyone
of
playing
like that,
these.
though.
Of
It's
course
like
you
I was
do.
having this conversation
I know.
the other day about the Generation
you do.
Zero game, about how everybody was like upset because they were expecting like Fallout or like Borderlands, but it was very minimalistic, and it was like I respect when a game says to you, here, you figure it out.
Oh, dude, I started playing Path of Exile. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like Diablo, but it's like, here's every stat, like the character trees. Like, you know, typically it'll be like your tree for if you want to be like a javelin user and as an Amazon, or you know, and they'll have like the different trees, trees for like each class or whatever. It just has every single one.
I mean, if we're
Yeah.
going to loop
And
it
you just
into...
go around in a clockwise fashion, so you can be a mage that goes into like tanking spells.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can be a mage
That
that
works
just
like
like
D&D.
runs in and then just like drops AoE and then just like heals off damage. Or you can just be like a necromancer, and it's like so intimidating.
Well, and what I think a little bit more towards Chaz's comparison is with this, since I have 12 paragraphs of the
Yeah.
Hermetic Order, and that's my history of the Hermetic Order. There's a little bit more in the novel, there's a little bit more sparse throughout the book, but it's 300 pages, and that's what I got.
Yeah.
That, if you're comparing it to a video game, that's like Minecraft.
Yes.
I have...
Here's a shovel.
I have the
fun.
blocks to punch right here,
Right.
and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. And Minecraft as a
That's really
base
cool, though.
is never going to go away. Minecraft's the reason that shit like Fortnite and Warzone exist, because some dude made a Hunger Games mod, and the dude who made Fortnite went, oh, that's a good idea, and PUBG did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Minecraft has spawned off video game genres, and not just a battle royale. That's just the one that I think of. This is one of those books that if there were enough nerds who wanted to write down stuff, you could write novels about this world.
Oh,
Easily.
Yeah. Hey,
He
nerds,
has-
are you listening out
Yeah,
there?
get on it. You
He has
Rally
dropped
fucking nerds.
Regulators, mount up.
plebs.
very filled universe. The Hermetic Order and the Onyx Syndicate are the ones that you're going to hear about in what we do. There's also the Mob, the Vatican, the Templar Knights, the Fraternal Order of Bahamut. They just found a dude in a castle named Bahamut and started worshiping him. The Red Circle, those are essentially like the bad red robe dudes who are going to cast magic no matter what. They don't care if the humans see it. They're just going to sacrifice humans to make their gods appeased.
Dope.
Knight's
yeah.
Blade, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Oh, it's even got like a Blair Witch kind of
Oh
style
my
like thing. next to
God,
it.
that is insane.
Yeah.
And then there's like
If it can
Half-Blooded.
die, we're killing it.
Yeah.
There's the Half-Blooded. There's the Alchemist's Guild. This is a whole cool part that I don't have to get into for the story I'm telling, but if we do another campaign in this universe, the Alchemist's Guild controls all of the potion making in the universe. The Hermetic Order answers to them. The Onyx Syndicate also answers to them.
Oh my God, I fucking love alchemy.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so these guys have the monopoly on alchemy. If you're making alchemy and you're not a member of the Alchemist Guild, they're going to get you. Here's for if we go full campaign. Unseen territories. Certain areas on the planet are areas of interest as high magic zones. lines.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because there are these
Like in
things
Black
called
Clover.
There are these
Yeah.
things called ley lines that I haven't even gotten into, which is how the magic pulses through the planet. And when you're standing on a ley line, you can get bonuses that work kind of like chaotic magic in D&D.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm just
Fuck
skipping
yeah.
over that, but we'll get
No,
to that
yeah,
on
no,
the
but that's
22nd.
awesome.
There are different areas on the planet that have big magic power. Like some of them can have necrotic power, some of them can
Big
have
dick energy.
But yeah, big magic energy.
Yeah.
The kingdoms of the Carpathians, modern-day Austria, the Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, Ukraine, Romania, Serbia. The mysteries of the cradle, Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya, Uganda. You could do this around the world like in Indiana Jones, schools of
The
magic.
altar of the sky.
Right.
The altar of the sky, Tibet, Nepal, so a lot of the mountain ranges. And then they will have, I don't want to read a whole lot, but it looks like they have a whole lot of monks up there, and they do low violence.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
This I'm just skimming.
What
I've
other
not
home
studied any of
monastery
this stuff.
does most?
Dude, I am fucking looking forward to being.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to do that? Do you want
Oh,
to be the
I'm about
radio
that.
host?
Yeah,
And I'll
absolutely.
be your producer?
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
All right, now, Chaz, here's the part where you're going to be super happy since you like the skills. When you create a character in Wicked Pacts, you have 84 skill and spell points to throw out on your skills to get all those different dice.
My God.
Because your spells work with different amounts of dice, too. They work kind of like
I
your
like
skills.
your book, by the way. The little notebook.
My little notebook? It's a Catwoman notebook.
Oh, it's dope.
Yeah, I love this thing. Where'd we find this at? My wife was taking a nap, but we found this at an antique store.
She's just like laying on her side. He's like, "Where we get this at, hon?"
Antique
At the
store.
place. Yeah.
At the place.
Usually. That's well.
awesome.
So, 22nd, we're playing at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be on Twitch and on YouTube. And
What day is
Symbols
it?
of Freedom.
Somebody in the YouTube chat is going to be winning a
Fucking
set
that
of
bell.
Kraken dice.
Oh, and a copy of Wicked Pacts.
Yeah, and fucking that bell.
So show up.
If you want to play
Don't
Wicked
listen to
Pacts,
Justin.
fuck that bell.
Go to No
Like,
Big
comment, and
Banana
subscribe.
on Facebook.
Email us at
Instagram, and
fuckThatBell at
Twitter,
nobigbanana.com.
and send us an email.
Go ahead and send us an email at fuckthatbell at banana.com.
Thank you, Jay. For
No problem.
joining us.
Yeah.
At Man Ray on Twitter, MANNRHAE. Talk to
Yeah,
me
man.
about wrestling or how cute my cat is. His name's Maxwell Jacob Feline.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How do we not talk about your awesome cat name?
He's named after one of my favorite wrestlers.
Of course.
Yeah. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah.
That's not a surprise to me.
Yeah. Well,
It's been the longest Symbols of Freedom ever.
He got
Are
on
you kidding
TMZ
me?
for flipping off a little kid.
It just seems
Hell
like
yeah.
a Zoomer version of Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Except so much better at the rich douchebag.
Well, yeah.
Just fuck that bell.
Oh,
What are we
God,
doing?
the saxophone kicked in.